It's car number 31C. It's the Coors in Paul's TV sponsored entry for Charlie Pastriak, hailing from Lisbon, Connecticut. Starting 22nd on the grid, he's got a long night ahead. He will be crowned the 1993 Modified Track Champion. It's the Porter and Chester Institute sponsored number 43, Mr. Consistency, Jerry Pearl. Starting 21st on the grid, this car is also in the pit area. It's car number 52, the Joe Catania entry, driven tonight by Bobby the Snake Georgitis out of Colchester, Connecticut. Starting 10 rows back on the outside, it'll be car number 22. The Circle Asphalt Paving, PNC Excavating number 22 for Lloyd Agor out of Mahopac Falls, New York. Starting 19th on the grid, driving the A&E Auto sponsored number 79 out of Southington, Connecticut, it's Tommy Jensen, also sponsored by Palmer Race Engines and All Tech Signs. He'll be starting back in the 19th spot. Scheduled to start 18th, driving car number 6X, hailing from Norwich, Connecticut. It's the Cars Central Auto H&H fueled entry for Scott Poria, starting in the 18th spot. Scheduled to start inside that row in the 17th position, hailing from Danbury, Connecticut, in the PNC Excavating Don's Automotive, Shannon Brothers Sunoco. It's car number 12X for Gary Dyer. Starting in the 16th spot, driving the U2, hailing from Woodstock, Connecticut, sponsored by Elena Ball, Queen and Mitchell, and Specialty Automotive. Welcome, Jimmy Smith. Starting in the 15th spot, driving car number 63. It's Danny Galula Jr. out of Waterbury, the Armands Mobile Harborside Seafood Cavalier. Starting 14th on the grid, our defending track champion, unfortunately will not be defending his title this season, driving the North End Autopot Statewide Recovery, Colicchio Landscape, sponsor number 54. Welcome, Mr. Teddy Christopher. Starting inside that row in the 13th spot, sponsored by Coors in Paul's TV, it's car number 31 for Rick Donnelly out of Stratford, Connecticut. Starting 12th on the grid, driving the P&J Tire, Silvestri's Auto Sales, sponsored number 8X. Welcome, if you will, the farmer, Phil Rondo out of Baltic, Connecticut. Starting 11th on the grid, the 1991 champion in the modified division, driving the Flying Zero. Hailing from Canterbury, Connecticut, sponsored by Zis & Son Marines, Michael's Pools, Power and Satellite Systems, and Cassidy & Sons. Welcome, Ricky Young. Starting 10th on the grid, fresh off a win 1 week ago out of Brookfield, Connecticut, driving the Wyatt & Company, Hanukkah's Floor Sanding, Torque-Right ERC Racing Fuels, and New England Heirloom sponsored entry. It's car number 3 for Jimmy Broderick. Starting 9th on the grid, a 6-time past champion, driving the Rojo Trucking CSC Sand and Gravel out of Sterling, Lefkowski Construction, Bunnell Auto Body, sponsored number 1. Welcome, Bob Potter. Starting down in the 9th spot. Starting on the outside of the 4th row, driving the Cross Sound Ferry, KST Speed, Thunder Motorsports, sponsored number 19, a 5-time past champion. Welcome, George Moose Hewitt out of Uncasville. Starting inside their row in the 7th spot, he's the 1990 champion. Driving car number 27 out of Uncasville, Connecticut, the A Security Concrete Express, Vinny's Pizza Haven number 27. Welcome, David Gaeta. Scheduled to start 6th on the grid. Driving car number 33 out of Norwich, Connecticut, the Circasia Hair Products, Hair Unique Salons, TLB, Denai Roofing, sponsored number 33. Welcome, Mark Lajeunesse. Starting in the 5th spot, he's got 2 feature wins this season, hailing from New Milford, Connecticut, and the Jones Brothers Roofing and Siding, East Coast Sign, Speedway Fabrication, Pro Plumbing and Heating, sponsor number 9. Welcome, Chris Jones. Scheduled to start 4th on the grid, outside the 2nd row. Driving car number 21, the Vinny's Pizza Haven, Paul's TV entry for Dennis Gaeta out of Montville, Connecticut. Scheduled to start 3rd on the grid, Currently leading the Rose Auto Supply Rookie Award program, hailing from Westerly, Rhode Island, in the Scott's Tire and Service, Evan J. Murphy Cavalier. It's car number 47 for Scott Spaulding. The two drivers that will bring the field down, both looking for sponsorship. Out of Southport, Connecticut, car number 57. It's car number 57 for Eddie Spear. He'll be starting on the outside of the front row. Starting inside from Waterford, Connecticut, driving the sponsor wanted number 10, welcome Hurricane Harry Rice. Ladies and gentlemen, the 24 starters for the Napa-Eklund Showdown 200, the 150 lapper for the modified division. There's your starting lineup. Gentlemen, we are about to go racing.
So God bless each one of you. May you stay safe. And gentlemen, start your engines.
Well, once again, folks, this is a 150 lap battle. This is modified feature time in the Napa-Eklund Showdown 200. Sit down, get comfortable. Once again, the first 3 laps of any particular caution period will not be counted. After that, we'll start counting laps. But I repeat, the first 3 laps of any given caution period will not be counted. Some of the lap sponsors for this 150 lap event. Lap number 1 sponsored in the memory of Lawrence Peters, co-founder of the Waterford Speedbowl. Lap 2 sponsored by TLB Auto Machine. Lap 3 is sponsored by Big D's Novelty Booth. Lap 4 by New England Heirloom Trophies. Lap 5 by Dick Traynor Trucking. Lap 6 by TLB Auto Machine. Lap 7 in memory of Alan Kowicki, sponsored by Nutmeg Petroleum and Citgo Lubricants. Lap 8, Automotive World out of Norwich. Lap 9, Webster Racing, Sean Perkins in particular. And lap number 10 is TLB Auto Machine. That's the top 10 laps, as they are sponsored tonight to the tune of $10 per lap. Out of Danbury. Lap 13 by Moose Hopper Coffee Cake out of East Lyme. Lap 14 sponsored by WCTY on the FM 97.7. Lap 15, Speedway. Make that Speedbowl videos. That's Mr. Dominic Christador. Caddick Trucking out of North Kingston, Rhode Island, sponsoring lap 16. Lap 17 is Jumps Towing Service. Lap 18, Renee Dugas Wedding Photography. Lap 19, Go Grandpa, Helena, Kyle, Heather, and Aaron. Lap 20, that's Z-Bart of New London County. That's the top 20 laps. Lower level of the announcer's tower to claim your prize. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing, open wheel style with the modified division. Pace car about to duck in. 24 of the best open wheelers on hand, ready to do battle. 150 lap the distance. The drivers tighten the belts. They check the gauges for the final time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's feature time for the modified division. Yellow light comes back out. Looks as though the first alternate, John Bonnell, aboard car number 63, being sent to the infield. A tough break for Bonnell. Car number 4X, also an alternate, as Robert Drown will also be ushered off the speedway. Eklund Waterford Showdown 200 about to take the green flag. everybody understands this is a long event. It's not the leader on the first lap that counts. It's the leader on lap number 150 that picks up all the marbles. A lot of money riding on the finish of this 150 lap feature event. This is the longest event of the year. It is a points event, the final point event of the season. And the drivers apparently driving with that in mind. Looks as though the black flag going out to one of the competitors. We're not quite sure who it is. We're going to guess it's the 8X of Phil Rondo dumping fuel on the speedway. Rondo running in the middle of the pack. Evidently not seeing the chalkboard at the starter stand or the black flag. As Terry Dyer goes around with the 12X up in turn up straight this time by. Green is back out. Some of the guys at the tail end caught sleeping. Field up front stays tightly marked. Little tap through the turns. Let's see if everybody, no, a whole bunch of them don't get through. Caution flag coming back out. As they have 3 wide in some spots, 2 in others, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. On at number 10. Sparks fly, but everything settles down nicely. The boys a little anxious at the drop of the green. Harry Rice able to resume the number 1 position. Rice a little bit squirrely off that 4th turn. Continues as your leader. He's got 17 laps into the record book and counting. Chris Jones definitely on the attack with car number 9. He looks to the outside and look at the side-by-side action all the way back through the pack. They said this wasn't a 2-groove racetrack, folks. Let me tell you, they're proving them definitely wrong tonight. This has been the best side-by-side action all season long, and we have a brand new leader at the line as Chris Jones takes over with car number 9. It appears to be the 27 of David Gator working the outside as well. He's on the outside of Harry Rice looking to take away the runner-up spot. Dennis Gator runs 4th. Rice is running 3rd. Battle between Bob Potter and Montblanc Jeunesse, running 5th and 6th respectively. Ricky Young running in the 7th spot. And it's Teddy Christopher, Rick Conley, and Jimmy Broderick. Bobby Georgitis battling back in the back with the 22 of Lloyd Agor. That's about halfway through the pack with 22 laps shown as complete. Keep in mind, some of the drivers feel they can go to the distance with fuel. Others don't feel they can go. They're going to have to test it a little bit later on as time wears on. 23 laps and counting. WCTY sponsoring lap number 38, lap 40, Paul Dorothy Jr., the Limited Sportsman number 40 race team. Lap 42 is sponsored by Jumps Towing. Lap 43 sponsored by Diane Beauty Corner out of Colchester. And lap 46, Jet Speed Shop Preston. Rojo Trucking out of Waterford and Sterling, sponsoring lap number 49. Lap 50 by GLB Auto Machine. That gets us up to lap 50 in the sponsorship, yet only 26 laps on the scoreboard, so things yet to happen. A lot of surprises as Jimmy Smith out for a Sunday afternoon stroll with car number U2. Chris Jones, your leader, picking up some lap money with car number 9. David Gator likes the long races. He just moved up to the number 2 spot. Harry Rice continues to run 3rd. Bob Potter, a 6-time past champion, is up to the 4th spot. 5th is Dennis Gator in the 21, and 6th is the 33 of Jeunesse. That's the top 6 at this particular point. After that, it appears to be the flying 0 of Rick Young, the 54 of Teddy Christopher, and the 31 of Rick Conley. back in the back, battle for that ever important fourth spot goes to Dennis Gator, aboard car number 21 as Harry Rice pulls off. Charlie Pastriak running into problems with the blue number 31. As we see smoke coming from that right side. Pastriak quickly brings it down onto the apron. And it looks as though the second 31 car having a quick exit with only 32 laps shown as complete. Once again, Pastriak being given the black flag. This time pulls it down onto the apron. We thought he was going to pull in last time by, but decided to stay out for one additional circuit, hoping to catch a caution flag. Pastriak to the infield. Rick Donnelly's number 31 still out on the speedway with 34 laps shown as complete. Some of the drivers like the long distance, others like the short dashes. Depends on your feelings. Many have strategy, some just going out there and hold the pedal to the floor. Depends on what floats your boat and drives your race car. But Chris Jones, car number 9, staying out front. He's got a couple of feature wins this year, but we've got problems off that second turn. Danny Galula Jr. in the 63 and the 47 of Scott Spaulding. Field is set. Pit gate closed. 36 laps in counting in this modified feature as Chris Jones picks up right where he left off out in front of the field. Bob Potter battling with the 27 up David Gator for the runner-up spot. Mark Lajeunesse being shown in the fourth spot. Side-by-side action back in the pack. Jerry Pearl and Lloyd Agor trying to charge their way to the front along with Bobby Georgitis and a host of others, including the 8X of Phil Rondo and looks to be the 3 of Jimmy Broderick. Continuing as the leader of the pack with car number 9. David Gator right on his back bumper and Bob Potter in that third spot right on David's back bumper. That's the top 3 of Lajeunesse, just a couple of car lengths behind. And right behind the 33 is the 21 of Dennis Gator. Action aplenty as the field begins to stretch it out a little bit. Some drivers feel the first 100 laps is, well, just to get settled in. After that, they're going to be set to go racing. Let's see if their strategy works out. You have to stay on the lead lap. Very important. You're on the lead lap, you're at least in contention and have a shot at the win. Teddy Christopher running into problems with the 54. Comes off that fourth turn, looks as though he lost power. As the car just jumped on the line, it looks as though Christopher is going to be coming to a halt. As he's having problems keeping the number 54 with power. We see a lot of flame coming out. He's trying to get the car refired, but unfortunately it will not cooperate. Teddy Christopher, our defending track champion, running into problems here on lap number 46. Hopefully he can continue to roll his way back into the pit area as the rest of the field remains under green flag conditions. Sparks coming from the left side, car number 54. As he looks to lift his way back into the pit area, caution flag now being... Once again, it's Jones hard on the throttle, directly in front of the 1 of Bob Potter and the 27 of David Gator. Potter and Gator continue to battle for the runner-up spot. Again, it's Gator with the edge on the outside. Chris Jones in trouble with car number 9, sliding around in turn number 4. Green flag is back out once again. David by side into turn number 1. Two past champions dueling it out for the lead. Dennis Gator and Ricky Young waiting in the wings. A lot of action early in this event, a long way to go. I don't quite understand the logic to why they're running quite this hard. But evidently every lap led is a few dollars in their pocket, and that's what must be counting at the present time. Bob Potter, unit leader aboard car number 1. Picking up some lap sponsorship money along the way. Looks as though we may have a car or two in the pit gate, but unfortunately they will not be able to return until we have a break in the action. Sounds like one of the cars definitely breaking up in that front pack. Quite possibly the 31 of Rick Donnelly is the problem car at the present time. We did hear a car popping pretty badly. The 31 is the only car that appears to be losing power. Jerry Pearl able to take advantage, moves into the 6th spot, car number 43. Pearl is on the move. Quite possibly whatever the problem was has disintegrated. Nobody appears to have any problem. So whatever it was, it corrected itself and we stay on the green. Passing flag going out. Jimmy Smith in the U2 car. Smith in his second season here at the Speedway transfers from the Wall Stadium in Belmont, New Jersey. Trying to get a handle on the automobile and get it dialed in for our racetrack. Ed Spear giving that 57 car a good ride tonight. He's come on strong the last few weeks. Self-sponsored driver, doing quite a job as David Gator runs into trouble with car number 27. Tough break for Gator down on the inside. He has been challenging for the lead. Bob Potter now looking to open up a little bit of breathing room. Past champion heads to the infield as David Gator out of the competition. 63 laps completed, and Bob Potter showing why he was a 6-time past champion. Potter with 3 feature wins earlier this season, looking for win number 4 tonight. Number 57, he's down on the apron. A tough break, having a strong run tonight, and it ends on lap number 67. Meanwhile, Bob Potter continues to run strong as Ricky Young running second. Jimmy Roderick runs third, and then Gator continues to run fourth, with Jerry Pearl now being shown in the 5th spot. Passing flag being given to some of the slower cars. Mark Lajeunesse clawing his way back up through the field. Now I believe takes over the 6th spot, right ahead of the 31 of Rick Donnelly, just behind the 43 of Jerry Pearl. 5 laps away from the halfway mark. Lap 70 and counting as Bob Potter continues to add to his advantage. Getting back with some of the sponsorship laps. Lap 122, Windex Speedway Distributors. 124, Automotive World in Norwich. Lap 126, New England Heirloom Trophies. Lap 128, MKG Speed Productions. Lap number 129, WCY 97.7 on the FM. Lap 130, Jumps Towing Service. Lap 132, Z-Particle London County. 134, WCTY on the FM 97.7 in country stereo. Lap 135, Automotive World out of Norway. Lap 138, Wins Extend from Speedway Distributors. Lap 139, Ribbon Golf on a Garage. Lap 40, MKG Speed Productions. 141, Wins Extend Speedway Distributors. 142, Jump Towing. As we approach the halfway mark, it'll be 75 down, 75 to go as Bob Potter crosses the stripe. Lap 143, sponsored by Z-Bottom from London County. Lap 144, sponsored by Jump Towing. Lap 145 by WCTY 97.7 on the FM. Lap 146, Moose Hopper Frozen Chocolate. The Moose Cookie out of East Line. 147 by Paul Seagat Across. 148 by New England Heirlooms. 149 by Dick Trainer Trucking. And lap 150 sponsored tonight by CSC Sand and Gravel out of Sterling. That's how the laps are sponsored in this one. Already up to 101 and counting. 49 laps to go in this 150 lap race. Problems on the backstretch. We've got a car around. Looks to be the 33 of Mark Lajeunesse. Backs it off, turn 2. Little fire off that left hip. Rick Donnelly, but then again, who knows? We're going to have to wait till they check the score sheets. Problems on the front stretch. Georgitis goes around with the Joe Catania number 52. Problems in turn 4. Dennis Gator collects Scott Poria. Looks as though the 9 of Chris Jones and a couple of other cars involved. The 22 of Lloyd Agor and the 10 of Harry Rice. Somebody got out of line on the green flag is out. Problems for Jerry Pearl. Got pushed a bit high through the turn. Ends up in the 4th spot as Mark Lajeunesse able to take advantage. Moves into the 3rd spot, chasing down the 31 of Rick Donnelly. That puts Ricky Young out front. The 31 of Donnelly running 2nd, the 33 of Lajeunesse 3rd, and the 43 of Pearl back to the 4th spot. 40 laps to go as 110 are now shown as complete. Your eyes on the double deuces as Lloyd Agor continues to battle his way to the front of the field. Bill Rondo also quiet all evening long with the 8X. Running 5th on the speedway. We're not quite sure whether he's up in the 5th spot, on the lead lap, or whatever. We're going to have to wait till the scorers go down through the sheet. Bob Potter is the driver that has his work cut out. Pitted on the last caution, now working his way up through the field. Whether or not he got fuel and tires remains to be seen, but Bob Potter continues on the move. We understand Bob Potter we understand that Phil Rondo is now 1 lap with the 8X car. So again, Phil Rondo apparently lost a lap earlier in the event. And he is 1 lap down to the leader. Mike Barry once again slowing with car number 03. He stays out of harm's way down on the apron. Looks as though Rick Donnelly being passed by the 43 of Jerry Pearl. Bobby Georgitis likewise with the 52 car now powers on by. It was reported earlier Donnelly may be running on just 7 cylinders, or even less at this point, as now he begins to fade with the black number 31. 30 laps to go. The distance of a regular Saturday night feature event, actually less as we click off lap 121. We're down to a 29-lap sprint to the checker. Rick Young out front with the flying zero. Jeanette runs second. Jimmy Broderick now being shown in the 3rd spot with car number 3. 4th spot belongs to the 52 of Bobby Georgitis. Bob Potter gets in front of the 43 of Jerry Pearl. Pearl being challenged for his spot by the 22 of Floyd Agor. Dennis Gator also on the move with the 21 cars. Chris Jones brings the 9 car to the infield here on lap number 124. A battle within a battle. Ricky Young's your leader, Bob Potter, somewhere in the top 5 and is charging with car number 1. Potter's come from the back of the pack, had the fastest car prior to going pit side. It appears the car is extremely fast at this point. Montclair Jeunesse. The 3 of Jimmy Broderick and the 52 of Bobby Georgitis, the Snake. Top 4, Potter is 5th. We're going to guess Floyd Agor is 6th. Pearl is probably running 7th. That's strictly a guess, strictly unofficial. Mike Barry once again brings the 03 to the infield. Barrow's valuable lap times tonight. Seat time for the driver of car number 03, Mike Barry, continues to go stronger week in and week out. Mark Lajeunesse closing in on your leader. Lajeunesse 1 second, less than a car length behind. He took a peak last time by, and with 20 laps to go, time definitely running out. Lajeunesse going to the high side. Rick Young there to block on the front straightaway. Bill Rondo playing spoiler with the 8X. Rondo, keep in mind, is 1 lap down to the leaders. 18 laps to go in this 150 lap event. The current leader is this and Sons Marine. Michael's Pools Power and Satellite System, Dan Cassidy and Sons entry. Being chased down by the 33 of Lajeunesse is Bob Potter. Now takes a peek to the outside of the 52 of Georgitis. Potter looks to bring the 1 car back into the top 4. A tight bunch up front. Looks as though there's 6 cars all racing for the lead. Georgitis now gives way to the 1 of Potter off turn number 2. Bob Potter up to the 4th spot and charging. Time is running out. Ricky Young continues out front. He's got the field covered, at least for the time being. 13 laps to go. Who's got enough power? Who's been waiting? Well, they're going to have to pull out all the plugs here momentarily as things are winding down in a hurry. Bob Potter, who's coming back up through the pack, he's caught up with the lead pack. Currently in that 4th spot, that puts Bobby Georgitis back to 5th, and Lloyd Agor unofficially running in the 6th spot. But again, that's all unofficial until they check the score sheets. Ricky Young down across the line on lap number 139. Mark Lajeunesse running second, 10 to go, being posted from the flag stand. 10 short laps to go, that's all there remains. And Ricky Young, a past champion, looking for his 3rd win of the year. Mark Lajeunesse running in the number 2 spot. As Potter now looks to the inside of Jimmy Broderick. He's got to make a move and make it in a hurry. Time is definitely running out. Ricky Young, Mark Lajeunesse, then Jimmy Broderick and Bob Potter. Bobby Georgitis and the 22 of Lloyd Agor. 7 laps to go. Time quickly running out. The late models warming up in the pit area, along with the drivers of tonight's 20-lap Legends event. The top 5 or 6 cars run under a blanket. Time running out. We're down to just 5 laps to go. Once they cross the stripe this time by, we've got problems as one of the 31 cars now smoking rather heavily. It appears to be the 31, we believe, of Rick Donnelly, now smoking from the right bank. He gets the black flag. Donnelly being black flagged once again with 4 laps remaining in this 150-lap race. Ricky Young remains as your leader, being chased by the 33 of Lajeunesse. Jimmy Broderick running in that 3rd spot. Bob Potter runs 4th. 2 to go, being posted from the flag stand. Final 2 times around the block.
Flag out this time around. It's do it now or come up empty as Ricky Young continues to lead Mark Lajeunesse and Phil Rondo. Jimmy Broderick running in that 4th position. The drivers tighten up over turn number 4, but the win goes to Ricky Young. Mark Lajeunesse in a last turn effort comes up a bit short as he goes around on the front stretch. Did cross the start-finish line though.
Showdown 200. By the way, we understand Liz Jordan is on hand, and we're going to be holding the Q105 banner contest here momentarily. So if you've got a banner for Liz, get it ready. Come on down to the start-finish line. Right now, the Sisson Sons Marine, the Michaels Pools Power and Satellite Systems, Cassidy and Sons sponsored Flying Zero with the 1991 track champion on board, picks up the win in tonight's Napa Eklund Waterford Showdown 200. Ricky Young picks up his 3rd win of the year in rather fine fashion as he raced them all to the checkered flag. Don't forget, the late models waiting in the wings for their 30-lap feature event, and we also have the 20-lap Loctite Legends Grand Finale coming your way tonight. So don't go away, sit back and get comfortable. A lot of action yet to be had this evening. The season may have not been a spectacular one for Ricky Young and company, but nonetheless, 3 feature wins this year. It's going to help him out in the point standings.
He's got to go back to the infield for it. He's got to go.
Bobby Georgitis coming out with the 52 car. He's going back to the center of the infield for inspection. That's one of the best rides that Georgitis has ever put together here at the Speedway, as he teamed up with Joe Catania. Right now, we're waiting for the winning driver to step out as we await the arrival of Ricky Young in victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's Napa Eklund Waterford Showdown 200. Ricky Young picks up his third win of the year. First of all, a few hugs and kisses along the way. He's been detoured momentarily. Uh-oh, Dad's going to get a big hug too. You know, Mom and Dad and the whole crew play a big part in this team effort. In fact, it's a family effort more than a team. And Ricky Young picking up his third win of the year. Ricky Young, for a while there, looked as though you were going to be settling down in the middle of the pack. When did you decide to go for the win?
Well, you know, Bob really was faster than me. He was a lot faster than me. I was settled for a second spot, you know. So, but we're here. That's more than all makes a difference.
You know, that's your third win of the year. You just picked up a new sponsor, Zis & Sons Marine out of Norwich. You've got Michael's Pool Spar and Satellite Systems. And we don't want to forget Cassidy & Sons. I'm sure they played a big part in getting you here to victory lane.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Pat Riley. He bought me a tire tonight and stuff. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank my father and Carl Berry. They worked all week to build me a motor. I lost the motor last week, and they did a heck of a job.
Well, you know, you ran out there for 150 laps. Would you rather have a 150-lap grind or a 30-lap Saturday night dash?
Oh, you know, the long races are just endurance races. The best man's going to win, you know, and I'd rather settle for a 30-lap race.
Well, 150 laps is your victory tonight, young man. You picked up a few dollars along the way for lap money. We're going to send you back to celebrate with the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's Napa Eklund Waterford Showdown 200 as Ricky Young picks up his third win of the year.